Hey everyone, Ham here. Ooh, what's this light thing? Hope everyone had a nice February break. If your schools have February breaks, I think most do. Quick little parent life hack before I get into today's video. Seems pretty obvious, I'm sure most of you do this, but if you have a picky eater, especially like mornings before school, like my kid's not picky at all, but they wake up late, it turns into like 3 bites of breakfast and then, grumpy in school, right? So I thought of the idea of adding, which I'm sure parents already know this, but I thought of the idea of adding protein powder to things like oatmeal, cereal milk, smoothies, probably pancakes. You can probably make like protein cookies, call them cookies. Um, yeah, add it to I add it to oatmeal. So get like a vanilla or a chocolate flavored one, and try to get like a natural, organic, not like artificial sweeteners and things like that, which some parents care about, some don't. But just as an aside, um, yeah, and add it. So even if they have like 3 bites, it turns into like 8 bites. Like it definitely will help them to stay full. Um, Also, disclaimer: adding protein means you got to make sure you're drinking water. So give them a cup of water with breakfast, or try to get them to drink some water. Sorry, I'm a little bit groggy. I don't know why my face looks so full. So full lately. Been eating not the best, but I think I've been PMSing a little bit. Anyway, yeah, so add protein powder to things. I know Trader Joe's sells a vanilla and a chocolate. They also sell a vanilla unsweetened one. And just that little added extra flavor. And then, maybe not a full scoop, but like use your discrepancy, use your discretion, whatever the word is. And do what's, right for whatever you're making and the child's size and whatever. So, yeah, most of us have protein powder at home if you are someone who works out like a crazy person. Or you can just buy it. It's not you don't have to get the most expensive one. Like I said, the one at Trader Joe's is like $11 for 15 servings of like the 2 scoops for an adult. So even if you did half a scoop, um, that's like what's 15 times 4? 60. Good at math. Okay, so anyway, back to the video. I had black. I was so excited. I got a manicure literally the next day. It was shipping. Like, really clean, nice place, nice people, but I cannot be spending money if literally the next day it chips off, right? So anyway, so today's video is about letting go. Letting go of people in your life who, and not to sound mean, but who no longer serve you. And what I mean by serve you is no longer promote a positive um, future, positive changes, are no longer in line with what you see for yourself in the future, what you've changed into, what you've evolved into. Even if that person's not mean, but like I said, just doesn't align with your new lifestyle, with your new positive, I'm coming out. Whoa, I want the world to know. If that person's not on board with all that or doesn't like seem to fit into that for you, um, do not feel guilty about kind of not necessarily dropping them like a bad habit, but that too. But distancing yourself. It doesn't mean they did anything wrong. Doesn't mean they're a bad person. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means you're turning a page in your life, and it's okay to appreciate people from afar and put them into a new category in your life. Either not at all and like completely telling them, au revoir, French, telling them goodbye, adios. Or just like I said, taking a step back and repositioning them as like a new character in your life, like no longer in the front line, but kind of someone in the background who you could still bond with at times, but is no longer serving your purpose to becoming a better you. Now, we all have these, you know, New Year's resolutions that we start in January, and by March, usually they've faded away. But regardless, if yours are starting to fade, take the time now to at least reevaluate that plan you had. Where are you on those ideas that you had? Maybe get ready to jump back on. I know March is like a dreary month. Yes, happy birthday to me in March. And then once the sun and the heat comes back, everyone's back on it again. But during these times of like not being motivated, like end of February, March, part of April, that kind of like, ooh, that like dip, that dip in weather, try to, find that extra strength, that extra motivation, that extra determined, deep down inside, like what you originally wanted for yourself this year. And don't let go of that. Like, I've had some goals too this year. I did take a little break. Oh my God, my dog just farts in her sleep. Anyway, I did take a break from actively going after some of the things that I had planned for myself, but it has never left my mind. And I think I'm just reevaluating the path that I had set for myself. Not to say I'm off that path, but I'm in more of like a planning stage, right? So anyway, a little bit back to what I was saying before. There are certain people in your life that are there for their own selfish reasons. Maybe you're their source of entertainment, and maybe that was okay in the past. Maybe they're your source of entertainment, and maybe that was okay in the past. But if it becomes a dead end, if what they have to offer you, or even what you have to offer them, just becomes kind of like faded, don't hold on to that rope, right? You try to hold on to a rope so strong when it's being ripped away from you, and if you keep holding on, it's going to drag through your hands and cut your hand when you could have just let go. Still had yourself, Don't, in any kind of relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, friendship, a job, it's not being mean, it's just being, realistic. It's being, you're being good to yourself. You're being, you're taking yourself seriously. You're saying, I matter. Even in simple things like that, like I can make those decisions. I can put my foot down when something doesn't feel right. And it helps you in the future for other things, like work situations, a bad relationship, a bully, anything like that. If you're able to, step away from something that isn't necessarily toxic, it's just not serving you any purpose anymore. That's difficult because in your head you're like, I don't see anything wrong. Like I could just keep up with this relationship or this situation or this or that. But if you can successfully pull yourself away from things like that, you've got yourself, you've really, put yourself first, because in those situations you're kind of like, well, it would be worse if I like pushed away from them or that situation, because I would look like the bad guy. But I don't think you would. I think that you're just worried to come across that way, but it's all in the way that you do it. So, just take the time to sit back and evaluate, okay, these relationships in my life, what is, where's this next step I want to go? Does this person align with these ideas I'm having? If not, you just slowly and gracefully start weeding yourself out of their everyday life, or you have them in your everyday life. Doesn't mean you don't say hi to them when you see them, doesn't mean you don't give them hugs and kisses, if it's still a good situation. But definitely don't feel guilty about distancing yourself and giving less time and less energy to that particular relationship or job or whatever. Sorry, I'm sounding groggy and all one note. I tend to do that sometimes. I forget I'm talking to an audience. Hey y'all, you like my chunky face? Yeah, I think I was just eating a lot this week, so I was PMSing and things taste better. Oh man, the camera tells the truth. Okay, anyway, sorry, I do that all the time. I should be worrying about my weight. I just want my jeans to fit again. That's all. That's all. I don't want to buy new jeans. Spring's coming. It's going to be jean weather soon. I'm wearing sweatpants. Um, yeah, so good luck with all that. Enjoy. Oh, the sun's peeking through. Enjoy this mild winter, at least where I'm from. The winter's been very mild, which is fantastic because no snow days means longer Memorial Day break and longer other breaks, longer Easter break, right? That's spring break. Yeah, they don't take those days away if they're not sucked up by snow days. You get extra days off then, at least in our school district. So, anyway, don't be afraid to walk away. You're not the bad person. You're allowed to want good things for yourself. You're allowed to want a perfect environment for yourself if that's what you need to have good headspace to accomplish your new goals. Sometimes when you're doing something new, you really need to focus and you really need space. And that might not even be getting rid of anyone. It might just mean I just need some space right now. And that's totally fine. And if someone can't understand that or won't stop bothering you and messaging you and trying to get a hold of you, well then why do they need you in your life? Is it something that's serving them or are they trying to serve you as well? I think about that. But you're allowed to take that space. And like I said, if someone won't stop bothering you, then maybe reevaluate what their intentions are. Okay? Bye. Have a wonderful day. You look beautiful. And I hope you had a nice breakfast. And don't worry if you didn't get your chores done today. Nobody's perfect. And I still love you. Bye.